Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to discuss about inverse H parameters, are also called G parameters. So far we discussed Z parameters, Y parameters and H parameters. Now we discuss inverse H parameters. Already we discussed Z parameters. It is open circuit parameters. In this V1, V2 are dependent parameters. V1, V2 depends on I1 and I2. These are also called open circuit parameters or impedance parameters. Whereas in Y parameters, also called short circuit parameters, I1, I2 are depends on V1 and V2. These are called admittance parameters. Now coming to the H parameters, mixed. V1, I2 depends upon I1 and V2. Similarly, I2 also depends upon I1 and V2. Now here in inverse H parameters, okay, this is a two-port network. Here it is input port. We may include some nodes 1 dash, 2 dash. This is output port. Input port, output port. So total 4 variables: V1, V2, I1. In H parameters, already V1, I2 are the dependent parameters. Now here in inverse H parameters, opposite. I1 and V2 are dependent parameters. Dependent parameters. In inverse H parameter, I1, V2 are dependent parameters, are dependent variables. Whereas V1 and I2 are independent variables. Now I1 is a function of V1 as well as I2. Similarly, V2 as a function of V1 and I2. So this can be written in terms of matrix. I1, V2 is a function of some G matrix 2 by 2, and it is V1 and I2. 2 by 1 matrix, 2 by 1 matrix. So where G matrix is G11, G12, G21, G22. Coming to the equations, I1 is equal to G11 into V1 plus G12 into I2. Similarly, V2 is equal to G21 V1 plus G22 equation 2. This one, first one is the current equation using KCL, and second one is voltage using KVL. Now we discuss one by one. First parameter G11 is equal to I1 by V1 when I2 is equal to 0. I2 is equal to 0 means open circuit. I1 by V1. I by V. V by I is the impedance, I by V is the admittance. That means open circuit input admittance. Open circuit input admittance measured in terms of mhos. Observe here, V1 by I1 when I2 is equal to 0, open circuit. This is open circuit in Z parameters. Observe here, when I2 is equal to 0, V1 by I1 is equal to Z11. But here I1 by V11. That means G11 is equal to 1 by Z11. G11 is equal to 1 by Z11. G11 in terms of Z. Second parameter, and second parameter is G21. G21 is equal to V2 by V1. V2 by V1 when I2 is equal to 0. I2 is equal to 0 means open circuit. Output by input. Forward open circuit, forward voltage gain. Open circuit, forward voltage gain. Okay, I2 is equal to 0, V2 by V1. Come this side here. I2 is equal to 0. This is I2 is equal to 0. V2 by V1. V2 by V1 means Z21 by Z11. So Z21 by Z11. G21 is equal to. Coming to third, this 2 over G12. So G12 is equal to I1 by I2, I1 by I2 when V1 is equal to 0. V1 is equal to 0 means short circuit. Input current by output current. So short circuit, reverse current gain. Reverse short circuit, reverse current gain. It is a short circuit parameter. Observe here, in short circuit Y parameters, I1 by I2 when V1 is equal to 0. When V1 is equal to 0, V1 is equal to 0, I1 by I2. V1 is equal to 0, I1 by I2 is equal to Y12 by Y22. Y12 by Y2. And coming to the, there are no units, current by current, no units. And last parameter is G22. G22 is equal to V2 by I2 when V1 is equal to 0. V1 is equal to 0, short circuit. Observe here, output voltage by output current. It means short circuit output impedance. Short circuit output impedance in terms of ohms. Okay. V1 is equal to 0, V2 by I2. Come to here. V1 is equal to 0, V2 by V1 is equal to 0, V2 by I2 is equal to 1 by Y22. So G22 is equal to 1 by Y2. So these are the 4 inverse H parameters or G parameters. Correct? Then coming to the equivalent. Okay, based on these equations, Draw the equivalent circuit diagram. Equivalent circuit. Observe here, input side is a KCL, current equation. This is also current. This is also dependent current source. Dependent current source. So it's I1 current, and here the voltage is V1 voltage, and this is G11, and another one is current source G12, whose value depend on I2 current. Then second port, here second port is a voltage KVL. It is I2 current. Here it is V2. One is G22. This is G22 into I2. Then second one is voltage source, plus minus voltage source, G21 into V1. G21 into V1. Okay, this is the equivalent circuit model for inverse H parameters. Once again, how to draw the equivalent circuit model. Always remember these two equations. First one is I1. I1 is current. So apply KCL. This is incoming current is equal to, these two are outgoing currents. Incoming current is equal to sum of outgoing currents. So I1 is equal to G11 into V1 plus G12 into I2. Similarly, output port. Here output port is a voltage. Voltage is dependent. So using KVL, KVL is V2 is equal to G21 V1 plus G22 I2. Okay, KVL means in series. Okay, all are in series. V2 is equal to G22 into I2, and one dependent voltage source is G21 into V1. Like that, you have to draw the equivalent circuit model. Circuit model for inverse H parameters or G parameters. Now by using simple problem, we can calculate all G parameters, or we can write down in terms of matrix. This is I1, is a V2 is equal to G11, G12, G22 into V1 into I2. It is a 2 by 2 matrix, 2 by 1, 2 by 2 and 2 by. Now we can find G parameters using one example problem. Here the problem is as previous problem. The solution is find G parameters. Here the problem is find G parameters for the following circuit. First one is the first method is first find h parameters, then after that inverse h parameters. The relation between g parameters is equal to h inverse. Okay. G11, G12, G21, G22 is equal to h inverse H11, H12, H21, H22 inverse. Already have a matrix inverse, that is equal to 1 by AD minus BC H11 into H22 minus H12 into H21 D minus B minus C A. By using this one, we can easily find G parameters. This is the one method. And coming to the second method, second method is directly find all G parameters using normal method. That is short circuit and open circuit concepts. Short circuit and open circuit concepts. Okay. So for the given problem, we have two solutions. First find the h parameters, then after that find the g parameters using h parameters. The relation between g parameter and h parameter is g is equal to h inverse. Similarly, we know the g parameters, h also is equal to g inverse. These two important. These two are inverse. You know the h parameters, g parameters is equal to g is equal to h inverse. You know the g parameters, h is equal to g inverse. Right. Okay, same as previous problem. Already we calculated h parameters. First of all, first method. Solution using first method. Already we calculated h parameter, h matrix, that is equal to previous h matrix is to 0.5 minus 0.5 and 0.5. This is the h matrix for pre-problem. Then from that find G matrix. G matrix is equal to H inverse. So G11, G12, G21, G22 is equal to 1 by AD minus 2 into 0.5 minus of minus plus 0.25 by D minus B minus C minus of minus plus A. Then from that we have to find, and G11 is equal to, so that is equal to G11, G12, G22 is equal to 1 by 1.25 into 0.5 minus 0.5, 0.5, and then finally G11, G12, G21, G22 is equal to, values are 0.4 minus 0.4, this is a moles, and 0.4, it is a 1.6 ohms. Okay, like that you can find G11, G12, G21 and G22 using indirect method. Once you know the H parameters, by using H parameters you can easily calculate G parameters, right? So G11 0.4 moles and G12 minus 0.4, G21 0.4 and G22 1.6 ohms, right? Now by using direct method, again we follow the second method. By using second method, again we have to verify the results. Second method. First simplify the circuit into T network. So convert into delta into star, then it is 1 ohm, then it is 0.5, then it is 1, then it is 1. This is the network I1, V1, here it is I2, here it is V. Then simplified network is 1.5, 1.5 R1, 1 ohm R3, R2, 1. It is I2, it is I1, V1, it is V2. 1.5 ohm, 1 ohm and 1 ohm. And coming to the equations, I1 is equal to G11 V1 plus G12 I2, then V2 is equal to G21 V1 G22 I2. First find G11. G11 is equal to I1 by V1 whenever I2 is equal to 0. Okay, current is equal to 0 means open circuit. Okay. Now the circuit is, for this one, circuit is 1.5, it is 1 ohm, it is also 1 ohm, I2 is equal to 0, but there exists a V2 and also there exists a V1 and it is I2. Okay. Now here I1 by V1. Whenever I2 is equal to 0, there is no drop across R2 resistor. There is no drop across R2 resistor. Now I1 is equal to I1 is equal to V1 by R1 plus R2. I1 by V1 is equal to 1 by 1.5 plus 1. That is equal to 0.4. 0.4 moles. So G11 is equal to I1 by V1, that is equal to 0.4 mass. That is the first parameter. And coming to the second parameter, G21. G21 is equal to V2 by V1 when I2 is equal to 0. Okay. Now we have the same circuit. I2 is equal to 0. Open circuit. Here also open circuit. And there exists a V1. Here it is R1, R3, R2, 1.5, 1. And there is no drop across this R2 resistor. Here exists a V2. Now here the same exists V2. Apply voltage divider. V2 is equal to V1 into R3 by R1 plus R. Then substitute here. Then that is equal to, then V2 by V1 is equal to R3 1 by 2.5. That is equal to 0.4. So finally G21 is equal to G21 is equal to V2 by V1, that is equal to 0.4. That is second parameters. Then third parameter, these two completed. G11, G21 over third G12. G12 is equal to I1 by I2 when V1 is equal to 0. When voltage is equal to 0 means short circuit. We consider the circuit. It is a 1.5 R1 is a 1 ohm, R3 is also 1 ohm, R2. Now here is V1 is equal to 0. There exists a V2. V1 is short circuit. Short circuit. Now this is I2 current. Now this is I1 current. But to find I1 current in terms of I2. So apply current divide rule. Apply current divide rule. Okay, what is I1 current? Total current I2 into opposite resistor by total resistor. Now observe here, there is only one source. Current direction is this direction, right to left. But whereas here I1 is opposite. So that's why I1 current is equal to minus I2 into total current I2 into opposite resistor 1 by total resistor 1.5, that is R3 by R1 plus R3. So I1 by I2 is equal to minus 1 by 2.4, that is equal to 0.4. So G12 is equal to I1 by I2, that is equal to minus 0.4. G22 is equal to V2 by I2, V2 by I2, when V1 is equal to 0. V1 is equal to 0 means short circuit. The same. R1, R2, R3, 1.5, 1, 1. V1 is equal to 0. Short circuit, V1 is equal to 0. And the resistor V2, and this is I2, and this is I1. So the condition is V2 by I1. V2 by I2. Now find simplify this one. Find I2 is equal to V2 by total resistance R. V2 by, this is short circuit, these two are in parallel in series. So R1 parallel to R3 plus R2. So that is equal to I2 is equal to V2 by R1 1.5 parallel to 1 ohm plus 1. Then V2 by I2, that is equal to GT2 is equal to this side 1.5 parallel to 1 plus 1 that is around approximately equal to 1.6 ohms. So G22 is equal to 1.6 ohms. Okay, these values are same as first method. In first method, first we find out the H parameters. From that H parameters, we calculated the G parameters. And the second method is by using short circuit and open circuit method. Again, we calculate the values of G parameters or inverse H parameters. We get the same values. Like that, we have to calculate the G parameters directly or indirectly. So far, we completed total 4 parameters. G parameters, I1 is equal to G11 V1, G12 I2, and V2 is equal to G21 V1 plus G22 total 4 parameters to describe the two-port networks. First one is Z parameters, that is called the open circuit. Here in voltage is dependent. V1, V2 depends on I1, I2. Y parameters, short circuit parameters. I1, I2 are the depends upon V1 and V2. Here in hybrid parameters and inverse hybrid parameters, either one voltage, one port voltage and second port current. Here in H port, port 1 voltage, port 2 current are dependent parameters. In G parameters, opposite. Port 1 current, port 2 voltage are the dependent parameters. Right? Here the conversion between Z and Y is Z is equal to Y inverse. Similarly, Y is equal to Z inverse. And here also H parameters also. G is equal to, okay, all are 2 by 2 matrix, H inverse. Or we know the G from that H inverse. So remember this one. Once you know the one parameters, you can easily convert into another parameter values for the given circuit. And here important one is, first of all, simplify the circuit diagram. That will probably convert into T network. Then we can easily apply short circuit method or open circuit method. Then we can easily calculate the values. And here the important observation here is, while calculating here G21, observe here I2 is equal to 0. Whenever I2 is equal to 0, there is no current flows through this R2 resistor. So it behaves like a short circuit. Here V2, here also V2. Then voltage divided V2 is equal to V1 into R3 by R1 plus R3. Whenever there is no current flows through the resistor, it behaves like a short circuit. That is the concept. And here one is, why you are getting the negative sign. Here the negative sign is 180 degree phase shift between the currents. Input current and output current are 180 degree phase shift. Here negative sign means 180 degree phase shift. 180 degree phase shift between input current and output current. Here observe here, when V1 is equal to 0, all current flows towards this direction only. But I1 current is opposite. That's why I1 is equal to minus I2 into R3 by R1 plus R3. Like that you have to solve the problems. Okay, thank you.